Welcome back. We've got a really powerful set of sources. It all centers on devotional material from Pastor Chris, Rhapsody of Realities, and it tackles this huge concept, the believer's identity as chosen to rule the world.
Exactly. And our mission today is to, get past the slogan. We need to unpack what this theology is actually saying about a believer's authority and role. And we'll be looking at verses like John 15.1 and John 16.33 to do that.
Okay, so the fundamental premise here, right at the start, is that believers are in the world, but they're absolutely not of it. They're handpicked, separated, to live what the text calls the divine life. It's just a totally different set of rules.
It does, and that immediately introduces what the source calls the kingdom mentality. This is the core instruction. It's a complete rejection of just passively enduring things. If you're not of this world, the expectation is that you rule over its systems, its structures, its circumstances.
So the world is basically subject to the believer in this framework.
That's the idea.
That distinction you mentioned, ruling versus just enduring, that's key. It leads directly to this really high-stakes claim tied to John 16.33. Jesus says, I have overcome the world.
Right, and the source makes this dramatic assertion that Christ's victory wasn't for himself. He overcame the world for you while you were in him.
So it's a shared victory, a co-victory.
Precisely, and the implication of that is total superiority. By extension, the believer has already overcome the world and the, quote, God of this world, Satan. This identity is supposed to grant automatic superiority over, all cohorts of darkness and the negative pressures of this age.
So if that victory is already established and it's total, why do the sources still give specific instructions for, effecting changes with prayers and words? Doesn't that sort of suggest the fight isn't over?
That is a crucial question. And the material suggests that while the legal victory is complete, the application of that victory is delegated to the believer.
Yeah.
This is where that new identity comes in. You belong to a royal class. You're brought into a higher realm of existence that is defined by dominion and excellence.
That's a profound shift. It's not just thinking of yourself as a participant in struggles, but as actual royalty.
Exactly. And the source contrasts this with the ordinary man. An ordinary person complains, they demand someone else make a change. But this royal class is defined by effecting those changes themselves through their words, through their prayers. They're representing the Father who lives in them.
So they should never approach a challenge with that limited, ordinary mindset.
Never.
And to really drive this home, the source points to 1 Peter 2.9 from the Amplified Classic Version. And listen to how specific this language is about this new identity. It says, the believer is a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a dedicated nation, God's own purchased special people.
That language, especially purchased special people, it really confirms the level of separation we talked about. And this identity isn't just for, feeling good about yourself. The purpose is stated right there.
To display the virtues and perfections of him who called them out of darkness
into his marvelous light. Yeah, it's an active role.
So if we connect this all to the bigger picture, the theme is just pure empowerment.
It is. It frames the believer as being set as a light in a dark world. Chosen, royal, and supremely blessed.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? If these sources are right and this world really is subject to you, what is the practical difference between just participating in the world's systems and actively ruling your sphere of influence? Something to explore long after we sign off.
Well, if you want to explore the source text itself further, you can find more information at www.rhapsodyofrealities.org. We'll catch you next time.
We trust you were blessed by this episode. To gain unlimited access to Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris, please download the Rhapsody app using the link myapp.rhapsodyofrealities.org. God bless you.